All right.
Okay, this is People versus Haley Jasinski, calling cases 487856, driving while license not valid. Count 2, uninsured motor vehicle. 517925, driving while license suspended. Count 2, unregistered motor vehicle. Count 3, uninsured motor vehicle. P 844830, driving while unlicensed. And P 962331, count 1, driving while license not valid. Count 2, no insurance. Count 3, failure to possess unexpired registration. Appearance.
Good morning. If it may please the court, Sarah Robinson, appearing on behalf of Ms. Jasinski. Ms. Jasinski would like to plead guilty. Ma'am, please state your name.
Haley Jasinski?
Okay, Ms. Jasinski, can you raise your right hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely.
Did you have an opportunity to speak to Attorney Robinson in private today about your case and about your rights?
Yes, I did.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes, I am.
You can put your hand down.
Okay.
Are you pleading guilty because you're actually guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand pleading guilty today will waive your right to a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that you're waiving that right, do you wish to continue and plead guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'd like to bring your attention to January 30th, 2020, around 11:45 a.m. in the area of Beaubien and East Fork in the city of Detroit. Were you operating a 2003 Chevy black vehicle without a valid driver's license?
Yes, I was.
Satisfied?
Satisfied.
Okay, I will dismiss the remaining counts before the court if there is stipulation of probable cause.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so Ms. Jasinski, you have, all of your cases have been dismissed except for the one count you just pled guilty to. It's a 0-point offense. I'm also waiving fines and costs today, so you have a 0 balance to pay to the court, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, you have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you. James Durbin.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, calling case 340202. People versus James Durbin, count 1, no operator's license, count 2, no insurance. Appearance.
Good morning, Sarah Robinson, appearing on behalf of Mr. James Durbin. Mr. Durbin will be pleading guilty today. Sir, please state your name.
James Durbin.
Okay, Mr. Durbin, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have an opportunity to speak to Attorney Robinson in private today about your case and about your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you're actually guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that pleading guilty today will waive your right to a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that you're waiving that right, do you want to continue and plead guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to bring your attention to July 27, 2018, around 9:25 p.m. in the area of Grove and Brigard in the city of Detroit. We're operating a 2006 Cadillac vehicle.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're doing so without an operator's license on your person.
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied?
Satisfied.
Okay, Mr. Durbin, I'm doing the same thing with you. I'm going to waive your fines and costs, so you have a 0 balance, and you are all set unless you have any questions.
No, ma'am.
Okay, have a good day too.
You too.
Thanks. Frankie Jacks.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Calling case P957506, the People versus Frankie Denise Jacks. Count 1, driving while license not valid or proper license, and count 2, no insurance. Appearance.
Good morning. If it may please the court, Sarah Robinson, appearing on behalf of Frankie Jacks. Ms. Jacks will be pleading guilty today. Ma'am, please state your name.
Frankie Jacks, Jacks.
Okay, Ms. Jacks, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony we're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have an opportunity to speak to Attorney Robinson today in private about your case and about your rights?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty because you're actually guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand pleading guilty today will waive your right to a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that you're waiving that right, do you want to continue and plead guilty?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'd like to bring your attention to December 13th, 2018, around 12:53 p.m., the area of Vassar and Ardmore in the city of Detroit, where you're operating a 2017 blue Toyota without a valid license.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, satisfied?
Satisfied.
Okay, Ms. Jackson, I'm waiving your fines and costs as well, and dismissing the remaining count. Is there a stipulation of probable cause?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so Ms. Jackson, so you don't have to pay anything to the court today. I waived your costs. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I want to know, that this was the last thing that I had to take care of before I can get my license reinstated. So would this would it be satisfied with the Secretary of State with me get my license reinstated?
Did you post a bond on this case?
Yes, I did. I paid all the remaining tickets and fines. I just had to come here. I had just had to get a court date, but I paid all the everything else. I was just waiting for my court date. I
Okay,
paid that. I paid
give,
that in August.
give it about a week. I'm going to apply your bond to your reinstatement fees for these cases. So that'll be sent over to the Secretary of State. I'll have the balance of your bond, if there's a balance, sent to you back in the mail. After about a week, check with the Secretary of State. You should be able to move forward with the next step to get your license.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate you.
You're welcome. You have a good
Okay,
rest of your day.
you too.
Thank you. Valencia Jackson. Go ahead and unmute your phone. Calling case
Yes.
3372, people versus Mr. Jackson. Count 1, no operator's license on person. Count 2, no insurance. Count 3, driving unregistered motor vehicle. P 401890, driving while license suspended. Count 2, no insurance. P 401890 is a duplicate. And SP 446681, driving while license not valid on proper license, and 144475571, no operator's license on person. Appearance.
Good morning, Sarah Robinson for Valencia Jackson. Ms. Jackson will plead guilty. Ma'am, please state your name.
Valencia Jackson.
Ms. Jackson, can you raise your right hand? You swear that the testimony you're about to provide the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Did you have an opportunity to speak to Attorney Robinson in private today about your case?
Yes.
Force you or promise you anything in exchange for your plea?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you're actually guilty?
Yes.
You say will give you a right to a trial.
I didn't hear you.
You understand pleading guilty today will waive your right to a trial?
Yes.
Okay. And knowing that you're waiving your right to a trial, you want to continue and plead guilty?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to bring your attention to July 6, 2015, around 9:36 p.m. in the area of Greenfield and Plymouth in the city of Detroit. We're operating a 2004 Ford vehicle without a valid license or insurance.
Yes.
That's right.
Satisfied.
Okay, I will dismiss the remaining counts. There's stipulation of power.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Jackson, same thing I've been doing with everybody else. Waive your fines and costs today. That's about $480 that I'm saving you. You don't have to pay. Did you post a bond on these matters?
Yes.
How much did you post?
I paid all the bonds and all the tickets.
How much did you post for a bond? Do you know?
Altogether, I paid like $650 on bond.
Okay, so I'm gonna apply your bond to your reinstatement fees. That money Secretary of State to get your license reinstated.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You have any questions?
No.
Okay, you have a good day.
You too.
Ms. Janice Johnson,
Denise Johnson, Your Honor.
okay. Calling case 398-264, the people versus Shanice Johnson, one count of no operator's license on person. Appearance.
Good morning, if it may please the court, Sarah Robinson for Shanice Johnson. Ms. Johnson will plead guilty today. Ms. Johnson, please state your name.
My name is Shanice Johnson.
Okay, Ms. Johnson, can you raise your right hand? You swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
And did you have an opportunity to speak to Attorney Robinson in private today about your case and about your rights?
I did.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your plea?
Not at all.
Okay. And are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are actually guilty?
Yes.
Do you understand, Ms. Johnson, pleading guilty today will waive your right to a trial?
Yes.
And knowing that you're waiving that right, do you want to continue and plead guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'd like to bring your attention to October 7th, 2019, around 2:00 p.m. in the area of Grand River and Pearson in the city of Detroit, where you're operating a white Ford Fusion without an operator's license on your person.
That's not my car.
Were you stopped by a Detroit Police Department officer on October 7th, 2019, around 2:00 p.m.?
Yeah,
I didn't hear you.
yeah, but I was. Yes, I was, but I wasn't in the Ford Fusion.
Was it in the area of Grand River and Pearson, the city of Detroit?
Yes. Yes,
What vehicle,
ma'am.
what vehicle were you operating?
It was a 2018 Chevy Cruze LT.
Alright. And at that time, did you
I don't
have,
need.
and when you were stopped
Huh?
by that, on that day and time, did you fail to display a valid operator's license or a valid license?
I left it in my other purse. Yes.
Okay. So you had a valid license at the time?
Yes. My mother had passed away, and I was just, a lot was going on. But I know for a fact I never drove a Ford Fusion. I never drove that. That's not me. That's not my car.
Attorney Robinson, I'll let you take the lead on this one.
Judge, if she has a valid license, I would ask that the matter be dismissed.
Ms. Johnson, do you have a valid license now?
Yes, I do.
Okay, we'll verify that with the clerk, and I'm gonna recall your matter, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's handle Mr. William Jones. Go ahead and unmute your phone, Mr. Jones. Okay, this is the People versus William Jones, calling cases U 471-58218.
Yes, ma'am.
Consuming an open intoxicant, and U 644-42710. Entered without owner's permission. Here.
Good morning, if it may please the court, Sarah Robinson appearing on behalf of Mr. William Jones. Mr. William Jones will be availing himself of the offer today and pleading guilty. Sir, please state your name.
William Van Jones.
Okay, Mr. Jones, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have an opportunity to speak to Attorney Robinson in private about your case and about your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you're actually guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand pleading guilty today will waive your right to a trial.
Yes.
Knowing that you're waiving that right, Mr. Jones, do you wish to continue and plead guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'd like to bring your attention to March 22nd, 2018, around 5:40 p.m. at or around the location 360 Michigan in the city of Detroit. Were you consuming an open can of beer in public?
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied?
Satisfied.
Okay, I'll dismiss the remaining count. Is there a stipulation of probable cause?
Yes, Judge.
And Mr. Jones, the recommendation from the prosecutor's office is for a 3-month delayed sentence. I'm going to change that to a 1-week delayed sentence, which means that after 1 week, if you haven't picked up any cases, this will be dismissed from your record, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Can I ask you another question, Judge?
Sure.
About my license, would it be reinstated?
Did you post the bond on these cases?
Yes, ma'am. 240.
So you must have some other tickets that you need to take care of. Do you have any other civil infractions? Because these aren't even traffic matters.
No, not that I recall.
Okay, so we'll apply your bond to any reinstatement fees and then give it about a week before you check with the Secretary of State, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any other questions?
No, ma'am. Oh, yeah, yes, I do. How do I go about getting a clearance after about a week?
You need to set up an appointment with the Secretary of State online.
Oh, I take care with the Secretary of State?
Yeah.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. And just for the record, I'm waiving your fines and costs for today's case, so you have a zero balance.
Thank you, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, you too. Jalen Jackson?
How you doing?
It's fine. You ready to call your matter, okay?
Okay.
This is People versus Jalen Jackson, calling case P1023057. Count 1, driving while license suspended. Count 2, driving unregistered or untitled vehicle. And count 3, no insurance. Appearance.
Good morning, Sarah Robinson, appearing on behalf of Mr. Jalen Jackson. Mr. Jackson will avail himself of the offer today and plead guilty. Sir, please state your name.
Jalen Jackson.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And did you have an opportunity to speak to Attorney Robinson in private today about your case and about your rights?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Did anybody threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your plea?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are actually guilty?
Yes.
You understand, Mr. Jackson, that pleading guilty today will waive your right to a trial.
Yes.
Knowing that you're waiving that right, you want to continue and plead guilty.
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to bring your attention to September 7th, 2019, around 5:28 p.m. in the area of Verner and Woodmere in the city of Detroit, where you're operating a 2010 Ford gray vehicle without a valid license.
Yes.
Satisfied?
Satisfied, Judge.
Okay, I will dismiss the 2 remaining counts. There's stipulation of probable cause.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, I'm going to waive your fines and costs as well today.
Yes.
Did you post the bond on this case?
Yes.
How much?
I paid $740.
apply your bond to your reinstatement fees, that, one second. Those fees will go towards your reinstatement fees with the Secretary of State. And then whatever's left over, we'll return that to you in the mail, okay?
All right. I have a question. This is my first time ever having to deal with getting my license reinstated. So how do I go about that? I was told that I can do that process online.
So you need to wait until this case has been processed to allow reinstatement fees to be posted to the Secretary of State. So we're like saving you a step, so you don't have to do it. So once your reinstatement fees have been processed with the Secretary of State, set up a meeting, or you probably just schedule now with the Secretary of State to go and see what else you need to do. Because I don't have your driving record, so I don't know if you have any other outstanding tickets in other jurisdictions or not.
No, I don't. No.
Okay, so this should be easier, or shouldn't be that bad for you. Just wait about a week for this to be processed, and then the Secretary of State is the next step. You're done with me. You don't have anything else here for me.
All right. I got another question. So I previously was trying to book an appointment, and it was booked all into February. Is
Okay, so I had that issue too. Some people have been successful with doing the next day appointments. Did you see that option on there to do next day appointments?
Yeah, but I didn't think that applied to me.
So keep looking for locations because I had to change my location from the one closest to me, I couldn't get it next day. So pick a couple different locations and they'll have some next day appointments for you.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Okay. Ms. Kimberly Johnson, I don't believe you've spoken with her yet.
I did, Judge.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's call her, madam. Calling case U-565-60220, the people versus Kimberly Johnson, one count of entering a vacant building without written authorization. Hearing.
Good morning, Sarah Robinson, appearing on behalf of Ms. Johnson. Ms. Johnson will plead guilty today. Ms. Johnson, please state your name. She's muted.
Is she? I can't even find her on here anymore.
I see her, Judge, on the phone only.
There we go.
There she,
And she's not muted either.
Ms. Johnson.
Okay, we'll come back to Ms. Johnson. Still looking at Ms. Shanice Johnson's driving record. So Ms. Davia Jackson, let's put her into the breakout room. And her offer. So you could just like. So Ms. LaDavia.
Hello, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Johnson, one moment.
Okay, all right.
But just stay close by the phone because you're next, okay?
All right, thank you very much. Okay.
Ms. Jackson, go ahead and hit join on the screen. It's okay. Well, it's okay. Oh, no, I know. It's like. Okay, let's go back to Ms. Shanice Johnson.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we verified, you had a lot, it was a lot on here, but, we did verify that you did have a valid license on the date of the event. So I'm gonna dismiss your matter, okay?
I appreciate it.
You are welcome. So
And
did you
so I
post?
paid the $250.
Okay.
They have to send that to me, or do I go? I'm outside the court. Do I go back in or what?
So I'm going to apply part of your bond to your reinstatement fee. That's $45 that'll be taken out. That goes to the Secretary of State. And the way our bond process works, it's going to take up, it can take up to 8 weeks, but you'll get it in the mail, the balance. Some people forfeit bonds, but I give people their money back. So, are you still, without giving the whole address, are you still on Marshall?
No, I changed it. On the slip that they sent me, it has my new address. This
Okay,
little
so
slip here, look, I'm hiding my address, but you know, this little slip they gave me?
yeah, you have, okay, so we have your update.
Yeah, they gave when I came in, this little thing that I
Okay,
showed today.
so let me start your matter. This is the people versus Shanice Johnson, 398-264. We have verified that she had a valid driver's license at the time of the offense, so I'm dismissing without prejudice. So you were all set, Ms. Johnson.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You have a good rest of your day.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, Ms. Kimberly Johnson.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, calling case U 565-60220. The people versus Kimberly Johnson, one count of entering a vacant building without written authorization. Appearance.
Good morning, Sarah Robinson, appearing on behalf of Ms. Johnson. Ms. Johnson will plead guilty today. Ma'am, please state your name.
Kimberly Dawn Johnson.
Okay, and Ms. Johnson, before I go into asking you questions, Officer Lorenzo Jones, just so you know, your person did not appear, so you can log off if you can wait.
Thank you, y'all.
You're welcome.
You too.
Okay, Ms. Johnson, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Did you have an opportunity to speak to Attorney Robinson today about your case in private?
Yeah, not really, no.
Did you speak to the attorney this morning?
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Yes, I sure did. I just said there was no lawyer yet. Okay.
Did
I was
anybody
thinking about,
force you or promise you anything in exchange for your plea?
no.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes, I am.
And are you pleading guilty because you're actually guilty?
Yes.
You understand, Ms. Johnson, that pleading guilty today will waive your right to a trial.
Yes, ma'am.
And knowing that you're waiving that right, do you wish to continue and plead guilty?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to bring your attention to May 11th, 2020, around 11:30 a.m. at the location 13878 Saratoga in the city of Detroit. Did you enter into that building without written authorization?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Satisfied?
Satisfied.
Okay, and I will amend the charge for disorderly conduct per the recommendation. And Sergeant Brent, sir, can you put your name on the record?
Sergeant Brent, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so, Ms. Johnson, I have accepted your guilty plea, and I'm going to waive your fines and costs as well today. So you do not have to pay anything to the court, okay?
Okay, Judge. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
And, sorry. Okay. Last one, Ms. Jackson, go ahead and unmute your phone. Calling case 184-624-191, people versus Ladavia Jackson. operator's license on person, SP 9890871, driver on license not valid or improper license. Appearance.
Good morning, Sarah Robinson for Ms. Jackson. Ms. Jackson will plead guilty. Ma'am, please state your name.
LaDavia Jackson.
Can you raise your right hand, Ms. Jackson? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Did you have an opportunity to speak to Attorney Robinson in private today about your case and about your rights?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your plea?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are actually guilty?
Yes.
Do you understand pleading guilty today will waive your right to a trial?
Yes.
Knowing that you're waiving that right, you want to continue and plead guilty?
Yes.
You can put your hand down, Ms. Jackson. I'd like to bring your attention to April 23rd, 2019, around 7:47 p.m. in the area of Eaton and Stansbury in the city of Detroit, where you're operating a 2007 Pontiac vehicle without a valid license.
Yes.
Satisfied?
Satisfied.
Okay. I will amend the charge to failure to display a valid operator's license and dismiss the remaining count. Is there a stipulation of probable cause?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Jackson, I do the same with you. I'm going to waive your fines and costs, so you don't have to pay anything today to the court, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Did you post a bond?
Yes, I posted 480.
I will apply your bond to your reinstatement fees, and the balance will be returned to you in the mail, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Do you have any questions?
And yes, I do. So that is paying my tickets, right? That is like my tickets are cleared.
So I didn't even charge you for what you pled guilty to today. I waived those costs. That would be like
Wait.
$240. And the money you did post for your bond, I put that to the reinstatement fees that you would have to pay to go to the Secretary of State. So we're saving you a step of doing it over here. It'll take about a week for it to be processed. And then you can check with the Secretary of State to see if there's anything else before you can get your license.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You have a good day.
You too, thanks.